So here we go with round one.
Ali, as you saw in his prayerful position right before every fight, he gives a Muslim prayer, and he starts off winging. This fight starts off just like the other one left off.
I think what perhaps Joe is going to try and do here with Ali's tremendous movement and left jab, very effective left jab, is to cut this ring down as much as he can, and that's more or less Joe's style. He's going to be coming at him all night. Well, you see Ali really up on his toes and moving, and I would say this early in this fight, a lot of action. They're not wasting much time. A wild left miss by Joe, and of course, that's the punch Ali's got to look out for, and a little shuffle comes up by the former champion.
This time, Ali's opening up right at the first round, and he is really fighting at the first round. Joe seems considerably slower than he did in the first fight.
And a tremendous pace, Ferdy, I'd say, for a heavyweight fight. A couple of guys, 212, 209 pounds in round one, and let's see if this continues.
Many people thought Frazier was easy to hit. Ali said he was the hardest thing in the world to hit in the first fight. Let's see how it turns out in the second fight. He's so far not having too hard a time hitting it.
Well, there's a pretty good hook coming in. Another slap to the left side of Ali's face. And of course, Ali's well aware that the most devastating punch by Smoking Joe is that left hook,
which sat him down on the seat of his pants. There's a shuffle again. A little taunting, a little psyching of Joe. But Joe doesn't go for any of that. I'll say Joe Frazier listened less to Ali than any fighter I ever saw. He's just a sensational package of fighter. And the packaged in the greatest body that...
Oh, the great left hook there by Joe Frazier. And of course, Ali not coming right back and counter-punching with a couple of combinations.
Ali is willing to exchange with Joe, which is a bad mistake with Joe. There, he's got him in trouble just there.
It was a right hand.
A right hand, and Joe's in trouble.
Well, we're down to less than 20 seconds here in round two.
Can he survive this round? Now what's the referee stop? Is that a standing 8 count? What is he doing? Now that round's not over. That round's not over. That's not the bell. That's not the bell. He's still got more time to go. Then why did he stop it? What was the purpose of that?
Well, he must have been hearing bells. The referee is Tony Perez.
In Madison Square Garden, they got lights on the side of the corner. Now, if those lights didn't go on, it's not 10 seconds. He's just given a reprieve. Now the bell.
Had Joe wobbling, and then Perez stepped in, and of course, it could have meant a different outcome on this fight. So here we are in round 3, and you see Ali. Look at this action right away. Ali coming in with several combinations, and Joe coming right back, and then Ali grabbing and holding Joe Frazier.
A quality world championship style referee, and I would have him in my fights anytime.
Less than a minute to go in round 3 at Madison Square Garden. It's scheduled for 12. There's a good left hook by Frazier to the chin of Ali as they tie up one another in the neutral corner. Round 4 underway at Madison Square Garden. It's scheduled for 12, and once again, Ali coming out with a quick pace, going right after the head of Joe Frazier. It is a non-title bout, of course. These two fellas hoping perhaps one of them coming out the winner here will get a shot at the present champion, George Foreman.
And George Foreman's an awesome force. He's already bounced Joe Frazier off the canvas like a basketball.
Good hook to the head there by Frazier.
And Ali is dying to get at George Foreman.
Joe Frazier moving in all the time. He's been doing it since the opening round, and we are in round 5. Another good solid left hook. Ali perhaps looking a little bit backing away, still shuffling though.
Oh, that hurt Ali. When you see Ali move away from an encounter like that, you know Ali gets hurt. They were good enough to knock out half the men that Joe Frazier fought, and here he is taking those right on the chin.
Well, the pace of this fight has not changed. We are in round 5.
Doesn't seem to confuse Joe Frazier too much. He's still standing in front of him, throwing that thunderous left hook. This time to the head, then to the body, and then Ali ties him up again.
Okay, I think the tide has turned a little bit here. Ali dominating Dr. Pacheco. The early rounds of this, it's billed as a North American heavyweight title. It's scheduled for 12.
Joe, in his characteristic fashion, has begun to pull this fight out.
Well, they haven't stopped swinging, and we're at the halfway mark here in round 6, and you wonder, Ferdy, are these guys ever going to get tired? Are they going to slow down? Is Ali going to stop dancing as you see him on his toes, and the jab being very effective? Oh, and a good one, too, by there with the jab. And Joe coming right back at him, and as they go to Ali's corner, and Ali holds again with a hand to the back of the head.
Another source of controversy building up here in Madison Square Garden as these two people are going at it toe-to-toe again.
In this very excellent heavyweight fight.
Now you wonder how Frazier can take that. He just got hammered with 2 good right hands there in the middle of all those flurries. And yet he's right from there he is again with.
It's time for Joe to get moving. He can't afford to. There's a good left hook.
Good left hook of the kind that knocked him right on the seat of his pants in the first round, but in the first fight. But there's Ali up on his toes again. That's very discouraging for Joe. And again, a good left hook by Joe. Joe's opening this round in tremendous shape. Very discouraging when you've been hitting him as much as Ali's been hitting him.
We're in round 7, and a good round by Joe Frazier as we see him here, perhaps picking up the pace a little bit more, getting to Ali with the left hook, getting inside. Less than a minute, and a good round for Joe Frazier, the former champion, along with Muhammad Ali. We're in round 7, and it is scheduled for 12 at Madison Square Garden in New York.
And Joe talking back to Ali now, something he very, very rarely does.
You wonder, there he is, smiling. Perhaps a show of confidence by Joe. Come on, Ali, come after me. Maybe that's what he's telling him. Ali against Joe Frazier. A tremendous fight through the first 7 rounds. And look at Joe coming out.
Look at Ali is standing flat-footed and ready to go at it. You see all that series of combinations? That means I'm through dancing. Here it is. Let's get it on.
Less than 30 seconds remaining in round 8.
What he's putting on him coming in. Look at this. Look at this. It's at least 8 or 9 unanswered punches before Frazier can get in at all, and then he gets smothered when he gets in. That's the key to this fight.
Less than 5 seconds, and that's it for round 8.
Oh, he just got hammered with the right hand by Frazier at the bell. The first guy to really beat him toe-to-toe was Joe Frazier. He wants it back, and Joe, for his part, would fight this fight for nothing. He really didn't like Ali.
Well, there's Ali, just Joe missing Wiley, and Ali really coming on here.
Look at what Ali is putting on Joe Frazier.
Got the old respect back, and he's back in there, and Joe's still coming at him.
Joe's face is lumping up. Under the eyes are becoming swollen. Over the eyes are starting to shut into slits. But that doesn't keep Joe Frazier out. These two guys epitomize the word champion.
This is round 9, but it looks like round 1. This is the pace we saw at the opening bell. In fact, for the opening 3 rounds. Great condition on both of these fighters.
Again, you're left to wonder what would have happened if he'd have had that 20 seconds to pound Joe when he was in trouble at the end of the 2nd round. No, he's very quiet in the corner. He listens quietly to Angelo.
Good left hook there by Joe.
Hammering blows by Joe. Joe's going for a knockout here. Ali, for the first time, looks a little tired.
Round 10 just about over.
He knows he can't waste time. He's going right there. Good left hook by Joe. Again, the pity-pat of Ali and the usual right and left that doesn't stop Joe Frazier for a minute. If he lands, they're not going to be as effective as it looks on the screen because they're roundhouse arm punches, not shoulder punches. Look at that devastating combination by Ali.
Okay, they touch gloves in the center with the referee, Tony Perez, and here they come out swinging. Round 12, and that's it. There's no tomorrow after this.
He's certainly taken everything Ali can throw through 12 rounds, and now here he is trying to pull it out, desperate. Ali smothering him again, almost as if to say, no matter how mad you get and how much you want it, I got the formula to beat you, pal.
Oh, there's a great left hook again, and it comes back with a shot to the belly. The midsection of Ali, all thrown by Joe Frazier, who's desperate here. He perhaps knows. His corner here maybe has told him he is trailing. He's still throwing. He's still, as you see him, up on his toes, bouncing around, not doing the Ali shuffle. A good right hand by the former champion Ali, and look at him go. Tremendous.
Look at what punishment he's taking. Look at the punishment he's taking trying to catch him. Look at this fighting retreat. This is what you call a fighting withdrawal.
Less than 40 seconds remaining. This is the final round, and they're not stopping these two fighters. Both hungry for victory, and Ali now with the confidence. There's the shuffle we've been waiting for.
That just says, I've got this fight. One jump, there's nothing you can do to take it away from me. He cannot lose this fight at this point.
Seconds are counting down, 18-17. There has been no knockdowns in this fight, and it doesn't look like there are going to be any. It is going to go the distance as we get under 10, 9, 8 seconds. A tremendous fight in the sellout crowd of 21,000 will be on its feet at Madison Square Garden at the bell. Well, that's it. It's all